So we're finally at Too Many Games. It's day 2. Yesterday we just kind of took it easy and just, I don't know, took the convention in. Today it's gonna be a little bit busier. We already got a little bit of a line going. It's actually not as bad as last year, which is nice. But let me get out of the way so I don't get ran over by a car. And the line is starting to form. Check it. So we finally made it in. That line was absolutely insane. We got our buddy Aldo over here checking out some games here. Checking out the Angry Video Game Nerd. This game's already out though, right?
I don't think so, because this is, at least I've never played this one. I don't know which number this one is. It's like Mega Man 3.
It looks cool. Yeah, so one of the really cool things about Too Many Games is you do get to check out any of the new indie stuff from Retroware. Got the Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest. That's personally my favorite. Iron Meat. We got Neon Inferno. There's the Toxic Crusader demo here. But yeah. First thing that you see when you walk in is the Retroware Indies games. Oh. All right, I am finally back from Too Many Games. And honestly, it was a crazy time. It went by super fast. And yeah, I really didn't spend a lot of time filming interactions or anything like that while I was there, just because I was taking in the convention and just really kind of just like living in the moment. So that's why you see like a lot of montage footage right here. Now, I could have done a much better job of like filming almost everything that I was doing, but I was having so much fun and just really enjoying being around my friends and seeing people that I don't see too often. Really going in and being able to like look through booths and not really focus on what I'm gonna say at the convention and things like that. So I just kind of threw together a little montage to kind of show you guys what it's like being at Too Many Games. So if you've never been to Too Many Games, it's literally one of the best conventions on the East Coast, if not the entire country. It's definitely one of my most anticipated events that I go to each year. There's Too Many Games and then also Retro World Expo in Connecticut, which I absolutely love, these two conventions. I really do want to branch out and get to some more conventions, but for now, Too Many Games and Retro World Expo are the two that I really seek to go to almost every single year. I've had a blast going to Too Many Games ever since I started going back in 2017. If you've never been, I highly recommend going. The people that throw this show are absolutely fantastic. So shout out to everybody at the Too Many Games team who put the show on. Screenwave, Retroware, all those guys that really, you know, go out of their way to make a really fantastic event for everybody to attend. And like I was saying before, there are a ton of things that you can do at Too Many Games. So if you are into picking up retro games, modern games, if you like watching wrestling, they have a wrestling event that goes on. They have an open free play area where you can play consoles. They have a free play arcade. They have tournament areas. They got cosplay contests, concerts, meet your favorite content creators, meet your favorite voice actors. There's like a endless list of things that you can do at Too Many Games, and not is it only Too Many Games, it's too many things that you can't you can't get everything done because there's so much going on. There's definitely not too many things, but when you're trying to do every single thing that's available to do at Too Many Games, you'll never be able to do it in one trip. So definitely go out to Too Many Games and frequent going. So with that being said, I'm gonna share some of my pickups with you guys. I'm just gonna kind of go through these quickly and kind of just show you what I got. Not gonna go through an entire backstory of all of them, but I definitely wanted to share some of the things that I did pick up because I feel like I got some pretty good hauls. And one of those is the Eon Xbox OG adapter for HDMI. Now, I went to the Eon booth. The guy who was running the booth was super, super awesome. Gave me a really great deal on this. I'm super excited to check this out because one of my favorite consoles of all time is the original Xbox. So that'll be great to do streams with, make content. So really excited about that. Next on my list was a Bomberman Hero. Now, a lot of people are mixed on this one. Bomberman Hero is not your traditional Bomberman game. You actually have like a 3D platformer vibe to this one. So I actually enjoyed playing this with some of my family members back in the day. So this was on my list. Now, this one, I'll actually insert some footage of how I got this one. All right, so one of my last pickups, I'm here at the Just Play booth. Just Press Play. You can come see these guys at, what's your locations?
Well, our new mega store is out 2007 Lincoln Highway East, Lancaster, PA, 17602. Come check us out.
Yep. So we did a dice roll for Goemon's Great Adventure. So my man picked odd numbers. I picked even, ended up losing. So I did end up forking over 150 for this here, but he came down a pretty good amount for the game. So I can't be more grateful. So I appreciate it, man. And definitely come check out Just Press Play. One of the best booths at Too Many Games. If you're ever coming down here, make sure to check them out. But I went to a booth called Just Press Play. These guys were absolutely fantastic. And I got a couple of other pickups from that booth as well, which I'll share. But this one, we did a dice roll. And the guy who was running the booth was super awesome. He let me pick whether I wanted even or odds. I picked evens, and we rolled for 150 or 140. They originally had it at 170, but we were kind of going back and forth trying to like figure out a common ground for price, because we were seeing prices all over the place on the internet. And so we tried to do a dice roll. He went 150, I went 140. Like I said, I picked evens. I ended up losing, so I forked over the 150, but still a great deal. I ended up getting a game that I really wanted. And if you never played Goemon's Great Adventure, it's an awesome game, so check it out. Next on my list was Fighting Force 64. Used to play this a lot when I was younger, and it's a really fun game, so ended up picking that up. It was a really great deal. Shout out to Jakin for helping me with that one. Jakin actually ended up picking up a console, a 64 console from that booth, so they ended up cutting us a deal on that one. They had it at 40, and I ended up picking that one up for 30. Now, this one was another game that I was highly seeking when I was at the con. So, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Now, I do have this on the original Xbox, Conker's Reloaded, but this one I wanted the pure OG version. There's some differences between Reloaded and this one, so I definitely wanted to pick this one up. So this one was on my list, and we got it. So that's it for all of my 64 stuff. I'm gonna go with a little bit more retro that I ended up picking up. Mario Kart Double Dash, got a really good deal on this. The last video that I did at Too Many Games, when you see me purchasing a copy of Warhammer Space Marine, I ended up actually getting this from the same vendor, and we like remembered each other from last year, and we were kind of like going back and forth just because the Warhammer game that I picked up from him last year shot up in value like crazy, and I ended up grabbing that for like 15 bucks from him, and now it's going like somewhere around like 50 because Space Marine 2 came out and shot the value up. So we were kind of laughing about that, but he actually gave me a really great deal on this one as well. I'm pretty sure I picked this up for maybe 65, maybe 60. But yeah, I ended up grabbing this from the same vendor that got Warhammer for me last year. And I never had Double Dash in the collection, so I really wanted to pick that up. And I ended up grabbing Nightshade. So if you guys don't know this is part of the Shinobi series on the PS2. And this game, I always wanted to check it out, but never ended up picking it up. So excited to check that one out. And with the hype of Metroid Prime 4 coming out, I definitely wanted to get back into the Metroid Prime games. Obviously, we have Metroid Prime Remastered on the Switch, but I also have Metroid Prime 1 and 2 on the GameCube, but I never had 3. So I ended up picking up 3. I will eventually get Other M because I do want to get all of the Metroid games, but that one was higher on my list of priorities. I found it for a really good deal. I think I got that one for like 15 maybe, so really awesome deal on that one. Speaking of the booth Just Press Play, I also want to say that those guys really went above and beyond and really helped me and my friends grab a couple of games that were on our collection list, and 2 of those games were Gargoyles, the remastered version. Now this was a Sega Genesis game that they remastered and re-released on the Switch, and Quake 2. Now, neither one of these games were at their booth the day that we went to go check and see if they had them. But when I was talking to the vendor, they told me that they had a couple of different stores, which, I've probably shared it on this video already, but they told me that they were going to be going back to the stores and that they could pick these copies up and bring them to me the next day. I ended up meeting up with them in the morning and picking these up from the booth. So super stoked on these. So shout out to those guys again for going above and beyond and helping me get a couple games that were in my collection, because they really didn't need to do that. The fact that they took the time out of their day and really went above and beyond like that really meant a lot to me. So make sure you go check out Just Press Play. They have a really awesome online store and 2 locations in Pennsylvania, which we will share on the screen. Another game that I ended up picking up at Just Press Play was Ninja 5-0. Got this for a really great deal. This one's starting to go up in value. So I think I paid $40 for this one, maybe a little bit more. but I can't remember. But yeah, Ninja 5.0, if you know, you know. This is on the Game Boy Advance. Look up the price, check this one out. Yeah, go for it. Now, the last one that was actually on my list for games that I wanted to pick up while I was there, that I ended up finding, there was a couple of games that I did not find that were on my list, but the last one that I actually found was MotorStorm Apocalypse. I really enjoyed this game. It's not very like highly sought after. It's kind of uncommon, but MotorStorm Apocalypse and MotorStorm in general, that series I absolutely loved. I really wish they would do another entry in the series, but this one specifically, I enjoyed this one because when this game actually came out, 3D TVs were like a thing then, and I was super excited because I had just gotten a 3D TV. The 3D TVs were super new and super in and all that stuff, but obviously they failed. But one of those games that I had in the beginning that I thought was really cool was MotorStorm Apocalypse. So I'm really excited to add this back to my collection. So MotorStorm Apocalypse, I ended up getting that for 20 bucks. The vendor wanted 30, but I kind of went back and forth with him, and we came up with a deal on 20. Now, the rest of these were just kind of like random pickups I just got on a whim, and just, I don't know, just felt like picking them up. But I got a deal because I bought these two together. If I can get them. Bomberman R, Super Bomberman R, and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Super Bomberman R I had when the Switch first came out, and I enjoyed it, but for some reason I ended up getting rid of it, and wanted to get that back into my collection. And Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, I actually never played. It was on another Mario game, but I enjoyed the levels that you played as Captain Toad, so I wanted to pick that up. Next on the list was Blood Rain Betrayal. This one I've actually never played, but I know that WayForward, the people that did this game, do a fantastic job with side scrollers and just platformers and games like that in general. So I wanted to check this out. Stoked to try that one. And this one I had never even heard of. Maybe you guys might have heard about this, but I looked at the case and was like, what in the world is this? Looked up some gameplay, and it actually looked pretty interesting. So that one is Supraland. Now, when I first picked it up, I just read the spine because obviously every Switch game has a red spine. I thought this was gonna have something to do with cars, and I absolutely love Toyota Supras. So the fact that I picked this up was because I'm like, oh, Supraland. I'm like, I've never even heard of that. Picked it up, I expected a car game, and no, it's some sort of first-person Metroidvania style game, so I don't know. Excited to check that one out. It looks pretty cool. Next up, this one doesn't really need much explanation. Hotline Miami Collection 1 and 2. Didn't have them, wanted them on the Switch just in case I wanted to like take them on the go. So really fun games. If you've never played them, check them out. And the last game that you see me picking up there and paying for was Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, the physical version. Now this one was a Play Asia exclusive. So shout out to Video Game New York. They always have a booth there and always have like some really cool imports. This one is a Asian copy, but is in English. So super, super excited about having this. I absolutely love the Ninja Gaiden games. So being able to have this physical is a plus. So shout out Video Games New York. And the last game that I ended up picking up, if you saw in the very beginning, we were playing some indie games from Retroware. One of those games that I tried was Iron Meat. And it was absolutely fantastic. It was very much like a Contra. So if you are into side-scroller shooters, definitely check this game out. It was absolutely fantastic. Every single game that Retroware had there to try out in the initial like entrance area when you walked into TOOMANYGAMES, all of those games were absolutely fantastic. So shout out to Retroware for doing their thing. They're really doing awesome stuff when it comes to these indie games, and I'm excited to see what else they have. The Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for that to drop. The new Angry Video Game Nerd game was a lot of fun. Toxic Crusaders is a lot of fun. I want to say there was one more Neon. I'll throw the name in it right here. But yeah, that game was a lot of fun too. It was really cool because you have like the side scroller shooter aspect, but then you could also shoot in the like background and stuff as well. There was a lot of really cool things where you could like parry projectiles that were being shot towards you. But yeah, so yeah, that was my Too Many Games experience. I absolutely had a blast and I cannot wait for next year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of short and slapped together, but I had a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.